If you're a local business still putting all of your eggs in Google's basket, I've got some news for you. You're about to get left behind. And I mean in the next 6 to 12 months, not years. Google is no longer the one-stop shop for online discovery. Your customers are turning to AI search platforms like ChatGPT and Gemini to find their answers, which means you've got to start optimizing for them ASAP. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 things you can do right now so that AI recommends your local business whenever someone asks it where to find what you sell. Tip 1 is something you can do in just 10 minutes. But first, let's talk about what this shift to AI actually means for you. You see, back in the day, and by that I mean 2 years ago, you just had to focus on local SEO, which was already a beast, but at least you had a playbook. Optimize your Google business profile, track rankings by zip code with a tool like keyword.com, get listed in directories, maybe beg for a few reviews, you know the drill. None of that is actually going away, at least not yet. But there's a new player in town, AI search.
Fight!
Instead of typing best coffee shop in Madrid into Google, people are going straight to ChatGPT with questions like, I'm jet lagged in Madrid, slightly hungover, and need a flat white with oat milk and no small talk. Where should I go? And guess what? ChatGPT has the answers. The businesses cited in those answers, it's not because they have the best coffee. They've simply learned what I'm calling local AEO or LLMO or GEO. Okay, we're still workshopping the name. But the point is, they've learned to make sure that their local business appears in AI search results. And you need to do the same before ChatGPT starts sending customers to your competitors with bad pastries and glitchy Wi-Fi. So AI tip number 1 is sync your local business listings across all platforms. I want you to take 10 minutes after this video to pull up all of your business listings, your Google business profile, Yelp, MOZ Local, Apple Maps, basically everything. You want to review all the details of those listings and make sure that you're communicating the same information about your business across all of them. So for example, you're not saying 24-hour coffee shop in one and night coffee and pastry shop in another. Sounds minor, right? Humans can understand that the two mean the same thing, but to a large language model, that inconsistency can be a deal breaker. So a quick LLM 101 lesson. ChatGPT and other AI search platforms rely heavily on co-occurrence and frequency, which basically means the more often certain words and phrases show up next to your business across the internet, the more confident AI is that you do that thing. If 5 different listings say you're a 24-hour coffee shop, ChatGPT goes, cool, they're actually a 24-hour coffee shop. But if it sees 24-hour coffee shop in one, late night cafe in another, pastry and coffee shop in another, ChatGPT's like, I don't know what this place does, I'll just recommend someone else. So if you want your business to show up for something, you have to say it clearly and consistently everywhere. This is probably the easiest and quickest fix on the list, so be sure to take those 10 minutes to do it. Tip number 2 is think answers, not clicks. Honestly, this is a big mindset shift for a lot of local businesses, but it is what it is. You know when you're looking something up and you're just like, just tell me if the place is open at 7 p.m. I don't need their life story. Yeah, well, the LLM gods have heard us. And now tools like ChatGPT are built to answer questions first, even before they think about linking to your website or Google business profile. So your job is to make it easy to find the right answers to people looking up info related to your business. Your name, your address, and your phone shouldn't be buried in some fancy graphic or PDF that takes forever to load. Just put it in plain text on your contact page, in your footer, or wherever. If a tired person squinting at their phone can't find it in 5 seconds, neither can AI. Answer common questions in your Google business profile Q&A section. Things like, do you offer curbside pickup? Is parking available? Are you dog friendly? Those kinds of things. Front load that information so that LLMs can easily find and serve that kind of information. And here's a slightly nerdier one that sounds scarier than it actually is. Schema markup. Think of it as putting little sticky digital notes across your website that say, hey AI, this is a local business and these are frequently asked questions. Most website builders have plugins for this. Just search local business schema, install it, fill out the information, and you're basically done. If you have a custom site, Any web developer can do this in just 20 minutes. Tip number 3 is get cited in sources AI is pulling from. Quick recap. We've covered consistency and making your info easy to find. Now, let's talk about getting into AI's source list. AI is like that one nosy friend who knows way too much about everyone because they're secretly reading group chats and everyone's Facebook posts. Yes, it looks at your website and business listings, but it's also poking around places like Reddit, G2, Wikipedia, basically anywhere people are talking about businesses. So, if you figure out where LLMs get their information from and you get your business mentioned there, you're golden. That's how you boost your chances of getting cited in AI answers. Now you're probably wondering, okay, cool. How do I actually do that? I'm not Houdini. Look, you could probably spend weeks going into ChatGPT and Perplexity and looking at their sources and their answers, or go onto Reddit and random blogs trying to figure out where these LLMs get their information from. Or you could use something like Keyword.com's AI Visibility Rank Tracker, which does the detective work for you and tells you which sources are being cited in AI's answers. Instead of guessing where ChatGPT is pulling its information from, you get a list of actual sources, blogs, directories, review sites, whatever, and you can just go get yourself mentioned there. No magic tricks required. Okay, maybe a few. Tip number 4 is to use reviews to teach AI how to talk about you. I don't need to convince you that reviews are important for your business. You know that already. What you don't know is that you can use customer reviews to influence how AI talks about your business. It's pretty straightforward. Guide the language your happy customers use so that the right words occur more frequently and LLMs pick up on them. This doesn't mean tell your customers what to write word for word. Not at all. It's all about the nudge. Ask for feedback on specific things like, hey, you've stopped by for a late night snack a few times. Mind sharing what you think about our 24-hour coffee service? And now the customer says in their review, I love their 24-hour coffee service. It's a lifesaver after work. And boom, do that a few more times and slowly ChatGPT starts associating your brand with excellent late night coffee service because it's seen that phrase multiple times from multiple sources. The 5th and final tip, and this one is probably the most important one, is create location-specific content that feels hyper-local. AI doesn't know your neighborhood unless you talk about it. If someone asks ChatGPT, where's a good bakery near me in Soho, London? You need to give it a reason to connect you with that location. This means creating content that drops location signals in a natural way. Your online content needs to show that you're tied to a specific location and not just a business floating in the void. Here are 2 easy ways to give AI local context. Mention nearby landmarks, neighborhoods, streets on your website and in your listings. Add quick shoutouts in your about page, FAQ, or service descriptions. Here are some examples. Serving night owls in Capitol Hill since 2014, right around the corner from Main Street Station. Bonus. Post some localized content like blog posts or short videos that talk about things like best late night places to have dessert in Soho and naturally work your business into it. You're not doing it for traffic alone, you're doing it to give context for AI to work with. Make it easy for LLMs to connect the dots between your business and the places that your customers are searching from. And you'll show up in relevant outputs more often. In conclusion, while your competitors are still obsessing over Google rankings, you now have a head start on the future of local search. Do these 5 things consistently and you'll be the next business ChatGPT recommends when someone asks. Number 1, make sure your business information is the same across all your listings, from Yelp to your Google business profile. Number 2, think answers before clicks and front load all of the information AI search engines can pull from, like FAQs. Number 3, use an AI rank tracker like Keyword.com to spot the sources ChatGPT is citing. Then, reach out to those sources and try to get mentioned quickly. This one is super effective. Number 4, use customer reviews to teach AI how to talk about you. Ask for reviews about specific business USPs and value. And do this often enough to create a dent in AI's data sources. Number 5, make it ridiculously clear where you are and who you're for. AI tools like ChatGPT love context. If you're trying to show up in responses to local questions, then your site and the web in general needs to reflect that you're tied to a place and not just floating out in the void. Now, once you start doing this stuff, you'll actually want to know if it's working, right? That's where our AI visibility rank tracker comes in handy. You can see if ChatGPT is mentioning you more often, check what sources it's pulling its information from, and spy on how that bland coffee shop with terrible Wi-Fi is doing compared to you. If they're beating you in AI search, we need to fix that immediately. I've got a whole playlist on advanced AI optimization strategies if you want to go deeper, but honestly, if you do these 5 things already, you'll already be 80% of the way there. You've got the local AEO playbook now. Make AI work for you, and hey, don't let that bland coffee shop overtake you.